What's up, folks? Maximilian here with a news update to that one fighting game that I am clearly no good at. Ultra Street Fighter 4 will be making its debut next year on previous generation consoles and PC. And there's been a lot of speculation, there's a lot of talk about the fifth character. I already have my feelings and sentiments of the fifth character. I want it to be Strider, or Lin Kurosawa from Alien vs. Predator. But in the big grand scale of things, there's a lot of stuff within this game that people are really curious about, because the producer Ayano has been talking about a lot of different things regarding Ultra Street Fighter 4. There's even a recent rumor that's going around that we might know the fifth character pretty freaking soon, so that's absolutely awesome. Now, the four new characters in the game we already know quite a bit about because they were from Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but we don't know the intricacies of them and how they're going to change in the Street Fighter 4 system. But a lot of the other things that have been touted and mentioned and rumored, especially with the big one that's come up as of late, is how is the game going to fundamentally change? Now, we all know things like frame data. This move might get +1 on block, this move might get dropped to a couple frames below, hitbox adjustments and stuff like that, but for the greater majority of folks, like you or I, you or I might know what's going on here, and that's going to change a lot of the way the competitive scene is played. But for anybody else, for the greater, like, millions and millions of people that purchased the original Street Fighter 4 games, that stuff means absolutely nothing until they change some big fundamentals about how the game is played, and it looks like that potentially could be happening based off a recent rumor. Now, the big rumor, and the one that's been touted around for quite some time, even since a little while after EVO, was the fact that Ultra Street Fighter 4 is going to let all the characters in the game have access to both of their Ultra combos at the same time or at any given time. So, when you have to make that initial selection in Street Fighter 4, you gotta choose between Ultra 1, which is the classic vanilla version, and then the Super version, which is Ultra 2. But now you're gonna have both of them, which will increase the potential, like, the potency of some characters just ridiculously. It makes characters like Zangief insanely good having a ground grab, as well as an Ultra air grab. That seems freaking amazing, and that might actually change a lot of the way the game is played. Now, that stuff does seem cool to me, and it's going to change a lot of, like, the higher-end competitive level of games and how people have to play the matches, and every matchup is going to pretty much change at that point, which is very freaking cool. But there is some other stuff that I would like to see changed, and the most recent rumored system change is something called a red focus. Wait, what? No! This is not Fighters Megamix. Red Focus is a new ability that's been added to the focus attack according to rumors. Supposedly, with the cost of meter, you can actually focus multiple hits of attacks. Now, we don't know how exactly this is going to work, and if I would design that, I would say that you just press the focus attack multiple times, kind of like it is a parry. Seems rather freaking awesome. Some characters have had the ability to do focus-like parries in the past, with Gen doing stance changing and focus attacks. But it is dramatically different with a lot of other characters, and not everyone in the cast gets access to that. So thinking that there could be something in the game that, with the cost of meter, allows you to absorb multiple hits, if not get in really freaking fast, that seems pretty friggin' awesome. All things considered, the focus would still give you the ultra meter as it does in the game already, and stuff like that. What makes me think about this is how Street Fighter 4 works, that some characters could be very meter dependent. Some characters absolutely need a lot of meter to get stuff done, and some characters don't exactly. Some characters can kinda do stuff without meter, and this would benefit them a ton. What I am excited about, and why I did want to make this video, is because this is the kind of stuff that I've been waiting to hear about Street Fighter 4 system changes since Super Street Fighter 4. This was the big reason I didn't continue with this series of games, the Street Fighter 4 series, is because after Vanilla, I felt actually exhausted of playing this type of game anymore, and I really wasn't into it, and I've tried to jump back in and partake and give people some videos because it's requested so damn much on the channel that I play some Street Fighter 4, so I try to oblige. However, when I play the game more now, I still feel that thing where it's like, man, I wish they changed some crazy system things with Street Fighter 4, because a lot of the stuff that came after the vanilla version of the game was pretty minor tweaks here and there and nothing pretty dramatic. This is a dramatic change and could potentially drastically change the entire game, and it would be pretty cool if the competitive circuit from this point forward played like Ultra Street Fighter 4, and then you played Arcade Edition like 2012, if you had two different like competitive circuits, because they'd be two potentially totally different games. I don't know why, that seems exciting to me, mostly because there's no other Capcom fighters but that's been announced or any information about, anywhere in the near future, so I'm like, yeah, something new would be very cool right now, guys, because this is going to be an old-gen fighting game, or the next gen is going to be around for like 3 months or so, so we'll see what happens as far as this getting like a huge audience appeal. But like I said, I'm excited. I do really want to see what this is like. I want to see how you implement it, and if it changes the way that I personally play Street Fighter 4, and if it's going along with the stuff Ayano was saying about making the game more offensive-focused and things like that, well, that definitely makes a lot more sense with the stuff that's been rumored today. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below about the update to Street Fighter 4, or especially Ultra Street Fighter 4, and what you think is going to happen with the game in the future. Is this way too big of a change, or is this just enough to get you more interested in playing Street Fighter 4 again, especially in the Ultra version? My name is Maximilian. Stay tuned very soon, guys, and keep up with the week of Street Fighter 4 happening right now. Take care, folks.